We made it to week 13. This week is a tiny witch hat. Let's watch. So, uh, this week has been extremely rough. I needed to do, well, I needed to do something that didn't take very long. Um, this only took 20 minutes. I think it was like 22 minutes in grand total. So, it's a headband, a few pieces of felt, which in total wound up being like maybe half a sheet of felt. I didn't really know what shapes to pick, so it's just kind of winged it. Um, I wanted a green brim on my hat, but my mom used all the green because she's been doing Christmas stuff for like the last month. So it's a yellow hat. I feel like it's got very Hufflepuff vibes, and I'm loving that. Honestly, it's cute. I like. So I did I tried to do a triangle, the corner off the corner, and then roll it up into a tube with the hot glue gun. Oh, did I mention it's hot glued? And then I make a brim, which was an attempt at a circle. It was not a circle, but whatever, close enough. Close enough. And then, I decided ultimately I needed a brim under it too for like pizzazz. And then I realized, hey, that'll hold it on to the headband better. So, that's great. So that's, yeah. And then, did I already mention a brim out of the yellow too? I brought, so my mom used all the black. So my options were either gray or black with glitter. So I brought both just in case I didn't like one. I ultimately used the black with glitter, and I do like that. So I didn't use the gray at all. And I just cut out each piece. I didn't bother trying to draw it or make a pattern for it or do anything of the sort. I just went for it. I needed something with zero thinking. Thinking is not happening for me. I've had a lot of testing recently and a lot more testing to go. And then just when I thought I have a moment where I have no doctors, I had like 3 days no doctors, right? I come home from a bunch of testing to cut the side of my finger off. So that's been healing for a few days, but I have no idea how long this is going to take to heal. I personally am trying not to look at it. I've accidentally looked at it a few times. If I was alone when it happened, I would have completely passed out and had to call 911. But my mom was in the kitchen with me, so I was making chips out of yam, sweet potato, yam chips for my dog, and I was not looking at it. I was cutting over here and looking over there, and I felt my finger go through the slicer, looked at it, saw something horrifying I didn't want to see, and then just said help, and I got help. So, that's a magic word. It's been kind of horrifying, honestly. I don't know how I'm going to do crafts now. I can't use this hand. It's just one finger, but I have to keep it clean because I'm allergic to band-aids. I'm allergic to adhesive. So for the last, I think it's been 2 days, it's been wrapped in a gigantic gauze non-stick thing. The only thing I can use. But I was told to leave it open to air. So makes it harder to do stuff now. I really can't use this hand. So what can you do with one hand? We'll see what I come up with for next week, honestly. This is definitely going to take at least a week to heal. So then what does that mean about physical therapy? My physical therapy was going kind of well until they had me do the spinal shot. And then the spinal shot was horrendous. And it completely freaking wrecked any progress that I had made in my physical abilities to lift stuff and do stuff. And then now this, so I can't, my physical therapy is currently cervical. I also have a thoracic issue, which is my middle. Um, so for the cervical stuff, you have to grab. It's gripping various equipment. I can't do that. I can't grab anymore. So now what do I do? At least I finished my hat before I did this. So I liked my little hat. I mean, it was definitely easy, very easy. You just cut out a triangle, um, a strip, and 2 circles, and then glue them to a headband. And I wanted it to have a little pizzazz because it wasn't already glittery enough. You can't really tell, but it's very glittery. There's glitter all over my desk while I'm working on it. There is another wiggly piece of glittery, like fake flower stuff. I'm very like, I have no brain cells left. I used to have brain cells, and I sometimes have brain cells. But there's long periods of time where communication is very difficult and words don't happen in a coherent manner. And I don't know if people even understand what I'm talking about. So this is not how I expected this week to go. I expected to do something very big. And it's sitting in a drawer. And now it's just going to be a little bit different and at a different time because yikes. I hope my brain comes back one day. There's my white glittery stuff. Honestly, what was I even talking about? So I've seen so many doctors lately. I completely lost track of how many doctors I have. It was 12, and then I added like 4 more, but I don't know. Don't know. So experimental testing for spinal injuries is not recommended. If you don't have to, I don't recommend it. But though, like, I might still try the neck one, you know. And then if that also goes horrible, never ever do it again. Oh my good God. But then I saw the x-ray. So, I mean, my spine, I can't hold this hand. My spine now goes like this. It's actually, this is backwards. Instead of being straight, it was huge curve to the left at the bottom, in the middle, where I hurt myself. Big, obvious, noticeable curve, and all these little discs are smushed and misshapen on this side. This part, where it's supposed to be completely straight, from this to the one my hand is covering, that's supposed to be a straight line. So mine goes like this, and it's damaged my spinal cord in a couple of places. So I realized when I saw that I'm probably going to have no brain cells now for the rest of my life. It's not as fixable as I thought in the beginning. So I'd like to be less confused. I don't sleep though, so that doesn't help. Where might you go to find a brain cell? Anyways, I cut some of this wiggly stuff and I glue it on my house hot glue. Easy peasy. Took just a moment. Very easy. So yeah, what will I do with one hand? I have an idea of one thing I think I can do with one hand. So we'll see. I mean, it's everything is getting simpler and simpler. And that's not what I expected, but that's what's happening. So let's see what I can do. I like my little hat though, so let's see if next week becomes a thing or not. I don't know. Bye.